hello BookTube. I got more mail. Another package in the mail. I don't know what this could be. It's from Amazon, and I don't remember ordering everything from Amazon recently. And it's odd. It's got an odd weight and heft to it. So I don't think it's a book. So I'm gonna open it up. I'm on camera, but I don't have to upload this. So if it turns out to be something weird, then you need never see it. But I figure since I get so little mail anymore, we might as well see everything together. So. Okay, great. All right, this is, I did indeed order this from Amazon. Good Lord. I ordered it a while ago, though. Oh, that's right. I ordered it a while, I'm an Amazon Prime member, and I was given the choice when I was ordering this thing a while ago, to, Amazon Prime members get, extremely expedited, often overnight delivery, and the Amazon website gave me the option to just forego that, so that they could, husband their resources for more important plague-related stuff, and not send me fripperies until they were good and ready. And of course I said yes. Of course I said yes to that. I just noticed the other day, I just got a notification the other day from Amazon that they were giving Prime members who make that choice a little credit as a way of saying thank you. I don't know why you would incentivize simple human decency, but I'll take it. I don't know when I'll use it again. But I ordered this. Oh wow! I ordered this for a very simple reason. I see I'm already spilling it. Oh my! Oh goodness gracious! Frida, you're not helping any. Your nose right in the way like that is not helping any. Okay, this is going to be an absolute mess. Here. No, don't touch anything, Frida. These are just the size to get you to eat them. I don't want you to do that. Here, let me gather all these. This is not a book. And the reason why it's taking so much trouble is because it's... Oh, son of a gun. Oh, what a mess. Here, let me make sure. The whole point of this thing is to have these things intact. And if I don't, the reason why this is being so much trouble is because of the idiotic way that this was packaged. I'm not really gonna worry about that much. I don't know what's going on with people and the mail. I guess everybody's feeling a little bit out of sorts because of the pandemic, but why on earth you would pack anything this way? I mean, there is no way to do this without it simply being destroyed. And that's kind of defeats the purpose. Okay, well, anyway, there's no way that I'm going to be able to show you this because the packaging has moored itself completely to the product. But this is, here, I got an entire MacBook keyboard of individual keys. Just individual keys. New Mac keys for the whole keyboard. I went online and ordered that because of the dire state of my best friend. My best friend in the whole world. You think of this dog? Forget about it. What's she ever done for me? No, I'm talking about my MacBook. My MacBook. I don't know if you're going to be able to make this out. I come from the old world of manual typewriters. Some of you will have seen those in museums, where you would just pound away. And no, baby, no, you can't eat any of these things. No. You have to leave it be. I worked on manual typewriters forever and ever and ever. I don't know why I'm losing the camera here. I'm getting more and more and more of wood into the frame. The production problems here at st.donoghue Studios, especially since I've sent all my crew away. Anyway, one of the things that happens to you when you type on a manual typewriter, that happens to me anyway, is that when I lose myself in the writing, when the writing is going really well, I am just pounding away. And I have been able to retrain my typing, most of it, in the last 10, 15 years. I have been able to retrain it so that my fingers are very light on the keys, so that I'm not doing that. But when when I've got the cops tangled up in their notebooks and the bloodstains are going my way and the jury is on my side, at moments like that, I do still just fly away. And as a result, I don't know if you're going to be able to make this out, some of my keys are all but destroyed. All the rest of them fine, but it's the last ones on the tail end of the left hand. I went online to get new keys, and they didn't let me. I couldn't find any listing that let me just do individual keys, so I got a whole keyboard. And the person who packed this put the keys inside the keyboard holder and then wrapped it skin tight in plastic. So, in other words, no way to open it without disaster. So that is part one, is that I got keys. I only need those three. And part two, of course, will be to power down this machine completely, find the finest tools that I have, and try to replace these three keys. Oh my God. Now, I keep telling myself that there is nothing at stake here. That's the key thing to tell myself, is that there's nothing at stake. I have 4 other MacBooks and plan on getting a new one in the relatively near future. So even if the worst possible thing happens, and I either can't figure out how to get those old keys off and replace them with the new ones, or the replacement doesn't work well and I have raw nubs in those 3 places, even if the worst happens, I'm not inconvenienced in any way. I still have plenty of laptops to use. I happen to like the feel of this one better than any other. So that was the first thing. I don't know how I'm going to get these things out of the way. There is something else in this bag. Of course, that ripped open, and this ripped open. Do I have? I have a ready. I tell you, these things serve any number of purposes. I have, of course, in every pocket of every pants, a dog poop bag. so that will work. I will just put these keys in here. Since I can't have them flying all around, I can't. So I just need those 3 keys. It would be just my luck for them not to be here. But you know, I don't want to get all weird and anal retentive about it, because I know this is going to bother some of you, especially those of you who are weird and anal retentive. But I don't need to replace those 3 keys with the same keys. I don't need A, S, and whatever they are. I don't need it to be those. It could be 3 L's. I wouldn't care at all. I don't type by looking at the keys. So I have plenty of opportunities, and we'll just see. I'm going to put all this. God help us. But there's no way to note this. There's no way to. I guess I could try and find the confirmation email for the individual seller of these keys and send them a private email saying thanks very much. Everything is exactly as advertised, but in the future, wrap it in some completely different way. Just put them in a little box. Just put them loose in a little box. Unless I do that, there's no other way that I can do it, because Amazon deletes negative comments, negative feedback from customers, even when it's completely germane. I mentioned on this channel once before the anecdote about how I ordered the second Chronicles of Thomas Covenant the Unbeliever in mass market paperbacks, specifically from the vendor that said this is a box set. So not just the 3 paperbacks, but the 3 paperbacks in a cardboard box with decorative art on the top and sides. And I paid a couple of dollars extra, of course, than the vendors who were saying that they were offering just the books. And the 3 books came in the mail with no box. And I left a rating when I got the automated Amazon email saying, would you care to rate this transaction? I did. I wrote and said the books are in perfect condition. The seller was completely right about that. But since the seller could not possibly have misunderstood that they were not including a box, the seller on that point simply lied. And that is a mark against them. So customers down the line who are using this particular vendor should press them on the details, because to me, they just plain lied. And that comment was struck. But anyway, there is one other thing in here. So all right. Okay, the envelope will now serve as a receptacle for all of this crap so that Frida's not trying to eat it. Oh, okay. The other thing is a book. I completely forgot that I ordered this. Oh my. Okay, this is a Star Trek novel. An original series Star Trek novel. I noted a while ago, probably a year ago on this channel, that Gallery Books which is part of Simon & Schuster, which is licensed by Paramount, have started putting out original series Star Trek novels. Captain Kirk, the USS Enterprise, NCC 17U1 New Bloody A B C or D. They started putting out those adventures, those continuing adventures, in trade paperbacks, probably with a smaller print run. A very wise decision, since I have no idea who these are marketed to. This continuity has been abandoned by the movie studio. I still love the original series. I still love reading novels about the original series, even when they're not particularly interesting. And once I noticed that these were out in trades, I started looking to make sure that I never miss one. And this is, I think, the latest one. This is by Christopher Bennett, who's a thoroughgoing and dutiful but somewhat boring Star Trek writer. And this is called The Higher Frontier. Very nice thing. A Star Trek novel with no Star Trek stuff on the cover. No shuttlecraft, no Enterprise, no captain, no Spock, no nothing. Just an alien spacecraft. So that's a fairly interesting decision. Not without precedent, of course. Star Trek novels in the very, very early years used to do this. But anyway, what have we got here? After several years following the dramatic events of Star Trek the Motion Picture, Captain James T. Kirk and the crew of the USS Enterprise are summoned to the territory of the enigmatic Medusans. Oh my, the Medusans, Miranda Jones. In order to confront a terrifying new threat, faceless, armored hunters whose extra-dimensional technology makes them seemingly unstoppable. Kirk must team up with the powerful telepath Miranda Jones and the Medusans to take on these merciless killers in an epic battle that will reveal the true faces of both enemy and ally. Some of you old-time Star Trek fans will remember Miranda Jones. She was an absolutely fascinating character in the original series, played by Diana Muldaur, who went on to have a brief and fan-hated turn as Dr. Pulaski on Star Trek The Boring Generation, and was hated by fans because she did not grant Lieutenant Commander Data humanhood. She called him it, and didn't see anything wrong with that. Responded that to criticism that he is a mechanism. I thought there was a lot of stuff there that could have been explored, but no, no, fans just wanted her gone, so she was gone. But she played two characters in the original series, and Miranda Jones was by far the most interesting one. A human telepath who studied the telepathic arts on Vulcan, and who is blind and wears a sensor web dress. So we don't even, in the episode when she appears, we have no idea that she is blind for quite some time, until there's a great reveal with Dr. McCoy, because the sensor web tells her where everything is relative to herself, and probably lots of other information as well. The sensor web was, after all, the creation of 1960s imagination. We would create something completely different now and much better. But even in that episode, she tells Captain Kirk, I could play you in tennis, Captain Kirk. I might even beat you. She knows exactly where she is at all times. But the crucial thing, the thing that makes her crucial in that episode, is that she is an ambassador of a kind to the Medusans, who are a non-corporeal species whose in the show they're called so ugly that the mere glimpse of them drives people insane. But really what it is, obviously, is some combination of their electromagnetic spectrum just wreaks havoc with the human nervous system. And only if you can see it. And Miranda Jones can't. And they also, since they're non-corporeal, they don't have language as we understand it, so her telepathy comes in handy. And she is close friends, deeply bonded with the Medusan ambassador. And it is just an amazing, amazing episode. I loved it so much. Miranda Jones sparked a lot of fan fiction. I won't cop one way or another whether I ever wrote any of it, but to have her back in a novel, in a canon novel, that's fantastic. Oh, great. Okay, well, I forgot that I did this. This will give us a lot more about Miranda Jones, I hope. It'll give us a lot more about the Medusans. Fantastic. Okay, so a Star Trek novel. A Star Trek novel and a bunch of keyboard keys. How I wish that I had one of you young people here. Oh my God, especially those of you who have those long, incredibly thin and delicate tentacles instead of fingers. those post-human unbelievably straw-thin and delicate fingers like Lukash, a totally pretentious, what I wouldn't give to be able to snap my fingers, my normal sausage-sized fingers, and have him here so that he could do the replacement work for these keys, because I worry what Steve is going to do to them. I worry. I need a sensor web of my own for delicate work. I don't even know, technically speaking, if I even have the tools that I need. I imagine I need a flathead screwdriver of some kind. I'll have to check. I'll do a whole bunch of YouTube tutorial videos and maybe get my surly houseboy. My surly houseboy actually has Lukash fingers. He is also post-human, so his hands go on forever and ever and ever. And his fingers are extremely tiny. And also, it's not just a question of the size and girth of the fingers. It's also that I don't have any sense of touch. I'm the worst person in the world to try to do this. Ordinarily, what I would have done in times past in our old world would be to go to the Apple store. There's a big, beautiful, all-glass Apple store on Boylston Street in Boston. I would just have gone there and had somebody there take 5 minutes to replace those 3 keys and maybe do a clean of the screen. And then I've been on my merry way. But no, that Apple store has been closed for some time, and I don't think it will ever reopen. I don't think anything that we know is just going to go normally back into business. I can't imagine that Apple will, I mean, they won't pass up the opportunity to sell product to the public, but you can do a lot of that online. But anyway, so there you go. That was the mail. It was an Amazon package. I got the new Star Trek book. I'm gonna gobble this up today. I haven't had a new book that I really, really wanted to read in quite some time. And I got these keys. Now I will, when I'm done with this video, I will lay these out and find the 3 keys that I am missing. See, there's a little nub there, and there are hinges on the keyboard. And what you have to do is very carefully disassociate the key from the hinge on the keyboard, and then very carefully reassociate the new one. So it could go poorly. It could go poorly. Again, I would just keep in mind, this is no stress. Now, that's no reason not to be careful, but it's very much a reason not to let it ruin my day, no matter how it turns out. I have many other MacBooks, and they all work. I only need my MacBook for word processing, for what in the 80s and 90s we called word processing. All I need a MacBook to be able to do is go online, generate a Word document, and transmit that Word document via email. That is all I need a MacBook to do. I don't need it to do anything else. I have my phone and my iPad to do any kind of silly stuff like looking at videos or whatnot. But in terms of work, I do all of my work on a computer and online. And in terms of work, that's all that I need to do. And it doesn't have to be any special writing program. I use OpenOffice, Apache, which is an open source free program. So I've never had a machine, no matter how old and no matter how primitive, that couldn't download OpenOffice. So I have plenty of other MacBooks to do the job here. I have plenty of them, so it should be stress-free. I will ask my surly houseboy if he will try it, but even if he says blort or snork or whatever word he's currently obsessed with and refuses, I can still try it myself. I wish that I could call on one of you tech people with the long, extremely sensitive fingers, but that's all right. I will report back. I will report back actually on both. I will report back on whether or not I have managed to resuscitate my best friend, because this is my best friend. I love it more than Frida. I, of course, love it more than Deb. Good Lord, I love the doorknob in this room more than I love Deb. My MacBook is my best friend, but these keys are just about ready to give out. See that? Those are just about ready to give out, those 3. So I need to replace them. so I will report back on both of those, the key replacement and the Star Trek book. But I'm going to wrap this up for now. There's a little more mail. I don't know how many, has this been 3 days in a row with mail? Good Lord. I don't imagine it lasting for long. Most of the time I see the mailman walking around, he is forlorn. He's wearing a face mask, he's wearing gloves, and he is delivering junk mail. Imagine. It's just, you can't just swear off it, because for every 10 pieces of junk mail that you deliver, exposing yourself to danger the whole time, there are 1 or 2 pieces of mail that are absolutely essential that you actually do have to deliver. So, anyway, so my Amazon order came in. How do you like that? I'm gonna wrap this up for now, but we have plenty else to talk about, so I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.